Hey, 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 welcome to another episode of Meet the Shoe Podcast. I'm Sade.
I'm Nina. What up,
Happy
Wednesday?
Wednesday, guys. Glad you guys come on in and tune on in with us. And yeah, so today, Tuesday,
Yeah.
Jelly Roll and Post Malone
hmm
had a concert in Minnesota. So before the concert, this was a rescheduled concert. It's supposed to happen in November, right?
hmm
So he made it his business to head to Hennepin County Jail to.
Hey.
I know the sheriff department. He had a meeting with them first, the jailers, and then he had two groups. I'm assuming probably women and men, and he talked to them about his life story, about him being in jail most of his life. I think his first jail time, his committed crime was 13 years old, and he continued to live that life of crime for 13 more years. He
hmm
just explained to them, there is, I'm quite sure, life after, jail or prison, and you can change your life.
Right.
You just have to surround yourself with people that want better, that does not commit crimes, that does not do the things that your old homies did before, like you did. So you gotta find people that's doing better in life, being law abiding, number one, and some people that are working good careers, going to school or working a good job. And and that's true. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have to be around those type, because I felt myself going back hanging around with the wrong people at one point in time, and start getting
hmm
back into some old stinking ways. And I'm
Right.
like, okay, let me get draw back and find myself and do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's just it was nice of him to do that. That's a form of justice reform for someone that did all the things that some of those people probably did in jail, knowing that you could be forgiven and redeemed and can move on and do better.
Right.
He is doing really good. He is doing
He
what you think.
said, he said, so he has a quote here that said, I didn't go home to become rich and famous. I just wanted to be the dad I didn't have.
Oh, see,
So that was part of his speech that he said jail time shouldn't be wasted time.
right.
And he was like, he is a example of that you can change your life once you are released, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that anybody that goes to prison and gets out, if you have the opportunity and you're able to, you need to go back into whether it's the halfway house, whether it's the drug treatment centers or the jail, like he did. He went to the county jail,
Huh?
and give encouragement to pass it back for you to remember not to go back in jail. Also,
Mm-hmm.
to help somebody that we know is having a hard time while they're in there.
Yeah.
Because, honey, and I here's the thing about jail, prison, whatever. Um, you everybody's not made to stand up in front of a crowd and
Mhm.
give a speech.
Right.
But there's so many ways of giving back to let people know, like, I understand, I'm forgiven. You know what I'm saying? Don't make a U-turn.
Mm-hmm.
It's not
Mm-hmm.
worth it, right?
Yeah.
And just the fact that he's a celebrity and he said that was his first stop to do so says
Mm-hmm.
a lot about him. Now,
Exactly.
Post Malone, I don't know anything about Post Malone being in jail. And I
Right.
did hear just Jelly Roll's type of music.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's a little more hardcore. It's like, is it what is it, conventional country or
Yeah. Yeah. It's not
like
fast.
is it like a hip hop country?
It's more of like a
Like
hip hop country, I think. Mm-hmm. I liked it. He got some nice
I
stuff.
do too. And
Mm-hmm.
and and like I said, it's a blessing that he even took the time out in his busy schedule. Like, come on,
Yes.
you were supposed to come here in November. You came in May, and you made your stop to make it into the county jail to help out from what you are known of being
Yeah.
growing up.
Yeah.
In and out of jail. Like, yeah, that was real.
But there's a lot of celebrities,
Mhm.
artists, so forth that has did time in prison, been to jail, probably got some kind of felony charges against on their names. A large amount of celebrities have done it, and you see it more often. I remember back in the day, if you was a felon, you really felt ashamed and defeated. You know what I mean? Like you couldn't get nowhere. Nobody wanted you. You was an outcast. You wasn't forgiven. You know what I'm saying? So I think lately, in the last maybe 10 years or so,
Mhm.
it's been more forgiving. People have been seeing the reform in others, especially serious people that's doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? It's not too shunned. It's shunned, but not as shunned as it used to be.
Right.
You know,
And
and
why do you think that is that people don't shun jail? Like why? Because you
I
should be doing everything in your power to prevent yourself from going there.
yeah, I think because like I say, majority of us human beings have been stopped by the police and been handcuffed, even
Right.
if it was for booking
Mm-hmm.
or something that happened to them that shouldn't have happened to them and they were innocent, end up beating it, and they, you know what I'm saying? It's happening more to people, and they feel like, okay, I've been in that situation, although I'm not a felon. I don't know what this person been through, especially if it's a crime of a non-violent crime. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna forgive you. They're gonna redeem you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, and look, we have many presidents that's been to prison, many politicians. Our
Yeah.
president now is a felon.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I think people are seeing, okay, anybody can get charged for any little thing. Sometimes I think it's more when you go to trial and stuff, it's more of a storytelling thing. And they already know 99%, 98 or 99% of people when they go to trial, they plead guilty because they're scared to go through it. So even
Hmm.
you coerce to say you did it in interrogation when you didn't do it. Because remember back in the day, they used to interrogate people 3 or 4, 5 days without feeding them, without giving them anything. And you go into a delusional set in your mind after
Mm-hmm.
24 hours of not eating. Because I know if I don't eat for 10, 12 hours straight, I get delulu. And I might say empty thing. You know what I'm
I
saying?
ain't going no 10 or 12 unless I'm fasting.
Right. Girl, I tried to fast. You think, girl, I was delulu. So I'm quite sure that some of the people that said anything just to just get a bite to eat. Because you know how them investigators was. Well, if you want to eat McDonald's, you
Right.
got to sit here until we done with you.
Right.
And who ain't gonna say they not hungry? Especially girl, bye. Done did some stuff to people back in the day that was very unfair, unjust.
Right.
I know, girl. Been
I'm
there,
so glad
done
it's
that.
over with. That's
What
over.
you tell
I'm
me?
so
The
glad that's
grace of
over with.
God. The grace of God. I'm telling you.
Mhm. Yeah, so on to the another thing that happened. So the guys that escaped, we were talking about that escaped from the jail, right?
Yes.
So
Girl,
they had made a post and said easy.
shut up. A post on
They made
where?
a wait, they made a post when they left on the wall, they put
Mhm.
easy.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they put easy on there, right? But
Girl, they in
here's the
trouble.
thing that's even more funny. One of the dummies went online live.
What?
I
What?
I just I don't get it. I'm trying to find it. It said that the New Orleans jail escape went unnoticed for hours. Here's how it unfolded. And they're still sparking the manhunt, right?
Yeah, because it's still five out on the run, right? As of
No,
today.
it massive manhunt for 10. Well, no, they've caught 4 so far, and it was
Right.
11 total, right?
Mm-hmm. But it was So it's still 4 on the run or 5. I think they said it's still 5 on the run at 12 o'clock today. I'm not sure. But they said
Okay.
still 5 people.
Okay. Well,
But the thing is, Danina, they say them people still in New Orleans. They look, they got them streets
yeah, they don't. They
locked
didn't have a
up.
plan. They just were happy to escape. They didn't have a
Right.
plan. But here's what they said. How they did it. They said leading up to the jailbreak, one of the inmates who escaped, 32-year-old Antoine, allegedly told the maintenance worker Sterling Williams to shut off the water for the cell, according to the court documents.
Mm-hmm.
Williams told investigators with the Louisiana Bureau of Prison. He said that Massey threatened to shank him if he didn't turn off the water.
Right. I can see that.
Okay, so he turned off the water, and he said he was arrested on Monday. So he was one of the ones that was caught first.
Wow.
He the one that did it and told him that so that's who
that
they
was the one
charged
that was
with.
underneath the car, Danina. Was he the one underneath the car when they found him?
I don't know. They just said that he was caught on Monday,
Girl.
May 19th.
Escape without a plan.
He was charged with 2 felonies and 10 counts of principal to simple escape.
Mm-hmm.
One count of I can't read that word.
So
And
how much did they say? How much time that holds? Because you know the escape is
nope, he said he pleaded not guilty.
How you gonna plead not
He
guilty?
said neither conspired with escapees, nor did he act out of fear. That's what he said.
Well,
When he arrived to the pod, the female deputy advised him that the toilet in the cell in question was overflowing. No work order had been placed.
Oh, wow.
So that was a clear way for them to escape, is what it's saying.
Right.
Wow. So they didn't know. They thought that the toilet was clogged.
Right.
That's how they were able to. The 2 others that were arrested, accused of helping some of the 10 inmates who escaped. Here's a rundown of that at 10:30. See, they all did it in different pieces. Nobody had these people did it at 10:30, at a 10:30 lockdown before they escaped. The jail was placed on lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
So they still were unaware, and that was 10:30 at night.
Right.
Right. And then at 12:22, surveillance captured several inmates out of their cells being forced to open the cell sliding door. That's how they was running. See, they just the first guy did it, and then the other ones fell behind. They
figured to open it. Okay, so they probably already conspired to escape.
All of them ran into the cell to get out.
Yes, so they see him escape. They said they getting busting up out of there too. I don't know. Would I have escaped or something? I think I would have. I would have took my chance back in when I was younger. I probably took my chance. I sure would have. Yeah.
Well, they said that's how they were able to do it, because the janitor or the officer turned the water off. So it made it easy for them to slide on out. If inmates removed the sink in the cell and disconnected the rest of the plumbing, with the water still on, the plan of escape would not have been successful and potentially flooded the cell.
Yeah.
But by the water being off, they were able to snatch all those things out the way.
Yeah.
And jump through the wall. Yeah, because they have pictures of them running out of the jail. That was at 119. It shows all the cameras showing it. By 8:30 in the morning, that's when the sheriffs came back to check, and that's how they knew. And then by 10:30 is when they told everybody.
Right.
Yep. And wait, the dude Miles was captured at 11:30. Now he was captured an hour after he escaped. That's so
wow.
Another one was captured at 7:30 p.m.
Okay.
Robert Moody.
Okay.
And then another one was the third one was captured at 9:30 that night. His name was Buchanan Dennis, 24. All of them are so young.
Yeah.
And then another one by Monday, the fourth one by Monday, a 21-year-old Gary Price. He
Okay.
was taken into custody. It doesn't say where. But the police posted that on Facebook Tuesday, 7:30, 7:53. That's the fifth one. That's the Corey Boyd, 19, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's it. So they got 5 captured so far. They have 6 left.
No, okay. Well, they say 5 left though. I don't know. That's the news, but
Yeah. So it say,
But
yeah,
girl,
this was as of 3 hours and
girl, look,
6 left.
that everyone on TikTok has a bet going on the last one. They said the last one go get away is that they said Mr. Downs. They think they look about his mug shot. He gonna be the last one they catch. Girl, I'm just so done with the internet. It's just
Well, let
crazy.
me tell you something. What's so funny? Vlad said he wants to interview. He hopes that one of them reaches out to him, and he's going to secretly interview him while they
Right.
run. Vlad sent out a internet,
Yeah, a
link
blast,
saying
a shout out.
blast to find them, right? One of the inmates and interview him. So, I mean, I don't know how that will work out though, Vlad. Cause can we get in trouble for that?
Kind of
He ain't
sort of.
gonna harbor. He ain't gonna harbor a fugitive, right?
Right.
But they would get him for not telling.
Exactly.
So what would he do? Interview him and then hold the interview? It won't be no good a year from
Right.
now.
Right. He gonna hold it and probably call in on them.
I mean, shit. I wouldn't want to touch that.
Okay, I wouldn't touch it either. Look,
I ain't
James will
going
call
nowhere
you.
near you because
You
I
look.
can't
So
hide you, and I
wherever I
can't.
call
I
you,
can't feed you. I can't
exactly,
help you because that means that I'm accompliceing, right?
exactly. And you already know he probably gonna have the police on the other line listening until they get them all the wires and the everything tapping in the atmosphere. Or he gonna be on the phone and he gonna see the police right outside his door, wherever he at.
All right. Hey, Chill Will, how you doing?
Hey, Chili Willy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that I don't know. I think they think it's a joke now. They don't even have nowhere to go. They just was happy to get
No,
out.
but you know,
Make history, right?
right? New Orleans is like in the gully. It's down in the under sea level.
All
You
right.
so it's hard to get up out of it. I think it's one way in and one way out of there. I don't know where they thought they was going. Just go ahead, get you some pie pies on the French Quarter and go on, turn yourself back in. That's all I can say.
Right.
Go
Go and
get some
get some
pie
of that
pies.
good gumbo and catfish, huh?
Okay, right. Go to Denny's and shit. Go get you. Oh yeah, that gumbo. Ooh, Jesus,
Yeah.
girl. Look, you must go eat. Eat
Right.
stuff you
Go
can't. You
get you
ain't
some
ate in a long
go
time.
look, go and bite on a couple of crawfish and what they
Okay.
say, tuck the head and
All right.
do y'all tradition and get back in there. Cause you gonna get caught. And then the way that the police are right now, you don't want them, and they've been kind, you know what I'm saying? None of them been beat up or roughed up or nothing.
No.
And what they're surrendering, right? So as
Yeah.
long as we encourage you guys to turn yourself
Turn
back
yourself
in.
in. Turn yourself in.
Please do, because the police at this time, they ain't as frustrated.
No.
They're taking it still as a joke. Maybe if
Exactly.
you run or fight or shoot,
Man.
it could end bad. So ain't none of that worth it.
Yeah, it ain't. It
Go
really
on
ain't.
and lay it on down, get it over with.
Okay. Yes. But yeah. But anyway, next now this is the anniversary of
Mhm.
George Floyd. The
Right,
George Floyd Square, where all the businesses, transpired, open new business opened in that area after George Floyd passed away. They had plans for that place to prosper it and build it right back up.
right,
They do have where the police cannot come in that area to do anything. They can't govern it. They can't watch over it. You see the police drive through and keep on. I don't even think they're even driving through that area, that perimeter. You know what I'm saying? So, a lot of people found it. easy to commit crimes around there. They running amok there. So a lot of people that got shot in that area. So and don't and then when that happens, the police is not coming. You know
Well,
what I'm
they
saying?
say that George Floyd was collateral damage.
Yeah.
That's what the businesses say over there. George Floyd Square business owner says he was collateral damage.
Mm, mm, mm. So a lot of those businesses are suffering as well over there. They're not
Oh yeah, big time. I don't see no money being made over there.
no,
Anytime that I go over there, ain't nothing cracking off
it's
over
slow.
there.
It's
I
slow.
see the Just Turkey or the
Yes,
Turkey Hut or whatever over there. I see the other restaurant next door
the
to it is
smoke pit,
huh?
the smoke pit or something. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. And
the
then
smoke rib pit.
I see maybe a barber shop that used to be there that's gone.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Across
it was
the water.
like a little convenience store down on the corner. And
Yeah,
then there's a laundromat.
and,
That's about the only thing that's flowing through there.
and then Cup Foods. They're not even doing good, from what I'm hearing.
Yeah. Not
They're
like it
doing terrible,
was.
terrible sales.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Because see, they blame them. They blame them for what happened.
So the neighborhood is not shopping there.
Yeah. And then people would always go right there because it would remember across the street, was it Speedway?
Yes, that's closed down. The gas station.
Yeah. So that store right there, and then that being a busy spot for people to get on and off the bus, right?
Mm-hmm.
38.
Mm-hmm.
Then they will get a lot of business with phones. They do the phones, they do the you can load your card there,
Oh yeah.
the cigarettes, small little grocery store. Then food was also being sold there. All that
Yes.
is doing nothing.
Not a thing.
It's doing nothing. But see, that's the thing about when people take for granted our lives, this right here, when they take this for granted and they don't realize that we're the reason why you are in your position, no matter
Right.
what.
Exactly.
We gonna say what's cool and what's not, period.
Yeah. Because we
And
like we said, we do the most shopping anyway. We
yeah, but even not
savvy.
just that, we give the green light on everything, the
Mm-hmm.
fashion, the food, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And now that their business is suffering, because that business has boomed for just think at least 20 years.
Longer than that. Come. Shoot us
I'm
down
just
without
saying, like
leave us
what, when the
alone,
dad
girl.
from the
Look, we gonna
daddy to the son on down to the sons, right?
yeah. We
Yeah.
gonna say that. We're gonna leave it at 20. We know how long you been.
Yeah, like
My team.
and there was a guy that has a truck there that he does car detailing, right?
I saw that right up the street.
Yeah.
The
He's
corner
not
of
doing well.
a lot of businesses are suffering, really suffering in that area, but suffering across the board, across the
I
nation.
mean, well, he said that today there was a little bit of business because people was building up to bring roses and flowers and prayer, and people still come to that spot to, witness the
Oh
tragedy,
yeah,
right?
pay homage. Yeah, I can see
Yeah.
that.
So they're still doing that even after 5 years. People usually forget about you after a couple days.
Okay,
Sometimes 30, you might last 30 days, 6 months, maybe, right?
right.
And but they still pay homage to him.
Amen.
Also, I want to touch on there was a Minneapolis police officer. I couldn't find the clip. That's what I was looking for. That expressed that there's been a lot of talk about people saying that um Derek Chauvin could get pardoned, right?
Right.
He said there is no legal paperwork. This is all conversation. That people shouldn't be talking and saying. Now, this is a white police officer saying this.
Right.
Said, of course, if that was to happen, or some motion was filed, or some type of any legal documents, is what he expressed, that if that was the case, that Minnesota would have to really, suit up. They would really have to call in the National Guards. Like, that would be a major problem that they don't even want right now, right?
Exactly.
It
But
will bring really bad.
exactly.
We don't know. We lost so much during that. Think about what you lost during that time, especially
Yeah.
with your business.
Yeah. But you know what, Danina? People don't understand him serving that federal time now. The state time is still running in concurrent with that. He's still doing the state time as well with that federal. If
Okay.
he's smart enough, he would tell them not to give me no pardon because he's safer over there in the feds.
Oh,
He's
okay.
safer over there in the feds. You see, he ain't had no trouble. He come, they take that federal charge away from him, and he
Mhm.
come back to Minnesota, serve him 20. He ain't gonna make it out. He gonna be dead as a
Was
doorknob.
somebody remember the Mexican? Didn't the Mexican stab him?
Yes, in Minnesota.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. This is,
He
and then
gonna deny that. He gonna tell him, hell no, I don't want that part. I'm staying right here. Shit, that's what I do.
I don't know if anybody. You think
Girl,
that he
that
want to
man ain't
stay
gonna
in
take that part.
jail?
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. How much time he get from the feds?
I don't know. I thought that it was a 20 years altogether.
Girl, I gotta go back and check. All I remember is 20 from the state. I can't
Yeah.
remember the federal, but I wouldn't even want the part. I'll tell him take that and shove it up his butt. Unless they gonna give him a what's that called? A change of venue where he can do time somewhere in another state.
Right. Yeah.
Now they
And
can't do that.
but just to be real solid though, I don't see him going past doing 10 years.
Me either. Mm-mm.
I don't see him going past the 10 years because um they'll say that they'll come up with some reason of why they feel like, he served enough time.
Yeah.
Even though he has taken, he cost the Minnesota state of Minnesota so many problems, right? And so much money. That was a major loss worldwide, and definitely Minnesota took a major hit. So
Yeah.
I don't think it would be wise. The
I don't think
governor,
it would.
the governor said no.
Yeah. He ain't signing for it. Mm-mm.
Right? Yeah, the governor ain't with it.
No, he's not.
There's while we're on the politics, right? Before we get on to Mr. Nasty Man, right? But I want to speak on real quick of habeas corpus. I had put up a clip earlier on our Instagram and on our TikTok, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there was rumors, and we've even talked about it before, about them stating that they would send a citizen that committed a crime over to what was it, El Salvador?
El Salvador or the other Guantanamo Bay, if and when they open that back up, they have to refurbish and clean it up, as they say. They ain't gonna do too
Well,
much.
that would take farther than 3 more years that uh, President Trump has left, right?
Right.
That would
Mm-hmm.
take more than 3.5 years to
Just
do
to
that.
clean that place up. Yep.
Right. And who's to say that in 4 years that he's still gonna be the president, right?
Right.
Now, here's the thing about it though that was disturbing was that the lady works for Homeland Security and she didn't know what she was talking about. Her name
Nobody
is
knows what they're
Kim.
talking
Her
about.
name is Chris, excuse me, her name is Christy Neom, Neom, right?
Yeah.
Neem or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
right? She was telling people that US citizens can be sent overseas. And then the Congress had to get her together and tell her, like, girl, how you not know that? And you
She
work
know.
for Homeland Security. That's horrible.
What school did she go to?
I don't know. I didn't do no more after I seen her colleagues check her on what she was talking about. If you guys want to hear it, you can hear it on our Instagram and our TikTok, right? When she stated that on 2 different sectors, right? They described how she didn't know. How you not know what are you doing?
No, that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing now, basically to the foreigners. They don't get no due process. So you mean tell me you're gonna send US born citizens, don't get them due process and send them over to another country to do their time? No, that's not how that works. But that's what they want to do because you know what? The large percent of black and brown people are filling up the prison system because a lot of them getting, I ain't gonna lie, double charged, overcharged, and triple charged. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, for the things they do,
Yeah.
and get them up out of here. You want a new world. You just want your kind.
I hope that doesn't happen.
I hope it doesn't either. But she is not. I don't even think she got a criminal justice degree.
No.
She don't have a politician degree. She don't know anything about the justice
Seemed
system.
like somebody just put her in place.
He did. He put all them in place. Hello. That's what RJ Mr. Kitty. I like him, but he ain't no health doctor.
Right.
He don't have the credentials.
Mm-hmm.
But he wants to say what he wants to say with his conspiracy theories.
Right.
This world has gone to hell in a handbasket.
Yes, that's what's going on. Look, you had to take a drink on that.
I had to drink my tea, baby.
Okay, what you got? What you got from Mr. Diddy, honey?
Oh, Mr. Diddy. Girl, look.
Day 8 already, Sade?
Huh?
Day 8 already?
Girl.
Hey.
Time going by fast.
Yeah, Diddy.
It might be slow for him though, but it's going fast for us. With all this.
Yeah, there was this one thing that really was disturbing.
What was
right?
You?
I'm gonna put it on our story, right? Because there's so much stuff going on. But here's the thing I want to speak on. There is supposedly a conversation. I gotta forward it to you, right? It's supposedly a conversation that they played in the court. The prosecution played an old recording from 2015 of family of Prince supposedly discussing what goes on at multiple parties that he attended of Diddy's. We don't get to see that. I hate to even say that. Look, I didn't even tell you prior to this.
You sure?
I hate to even say it, but I'm gonna say it because I'm just being transparent. They're saying that before Prince passed, rest in peace, but that's what they said. They said that, and Prince wasn't his, vocal self. It was a soft-spoken Prince. And he talked about what he witnessed at Diddy's houses, at all the parties. My thing is this, just be 100. You kept going. He discussed and described the things that he saw.
Who, Cuzzo?
Yes. That he discussed what he saw, and it's like, damn, Diddy? Really? I wasn't never rooting for you because you done fucked up somewhere along these lines, right? Not even with the Cassie stuff, but just people's career, taking people's money, all that. But they brought the tape from Prince. I don't know what detective got a hold of Prince to even ask him these questions, but they said this is what the jury heard.
Wow.
And he described everything. That he saw multiple. He said Miami, and he definitely said LA. Yeah. I want to know some. He said somewhere else too, but he described what he saw, and it ain't good, and it don't look good, and didn't sound good. I didn't get to hear the questions, but they're saying that this was brought into evidence. Wow. Another thing that's hurting him right now, right? This is the first like maybe stickable blow, right? If it's the truth. Now this is what they're saying, right? The Kid Cudi.
Oh yeah.
Kid Cudi testifies tomorrow. My thing is this. I just think, maybe that's just the, the solidness and what is you doing, man? Like, what are you getting up? I guess you got to get up there and say, oh, yeah, he He blew my car up. I mean, but do you know? Did you actually see him pour the gasoline on your shit? Blow
Exactly.
your shit like,
Exactly. You
come
have
on.
to see this. It can't be hearsay. You have to actually see these things.
Well, the only person I seen so far online, now this was earlier once we found out about it that was totally against it was 50 Cent. Like, you finna testify? Like, really? That's what we doing? Like, it just hip hop world is going to shit right now. It's
Yeah.
going to shit right now. Like dead ass. I can't even censor my conversation. Like I'm just like rappers is just straight going to trash right now.
Ain't they?
And putting them all in the I just can't even see none of it. Like what?
Right.
And
Like, well,
Diddy did this to himself though.
yeah, he did. Yeah, he
He
did.
did,
But the
but
thing is, it's still bedroom privacy things. A lot of it. Bedroom,
I still
bedroom.
don't see no trafficking.
Still
Whether
doing some.
you committed arson, that's gonna be hard.
Yeah, that's gonna be hard.
That's gonna be hard right
Hard
there.
to prove. And they ain't got that. They only had that case. He ain't got a charge of arson. So what's killing me is it's just everything he did in the bedroom. And I just like I said before, all the what's that man? Hugh Hefner had did all this same stuff, baby. White man
All of it. That's where he learned it from.
on TV. He had a TV show and got flat. He flew them out, flew them all from LA to Chicago to New York. Come on now, try and go.
He paid his security so much, they wouldn't take no money from no other stars. You
What?
see the stars pulling up trying to tip him. He say, no, my boss said no, my boss got me.
Yeah, yeah.
That's how much money that man has. So you know a
Hugh Hefner.
time has changed,
But
right?
you know what? I knew. Okay, my uncle was a pimp,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Martinez.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna tell you he pimped from here to Albuquerque, Hawaii, everywhere.
Yep.
His bottom hoe
Mm-hmm.
was a blonde, nice, beautiful woman.
Mm-hmm.
She would go to the Playboy Mansion every weekend,
Yeah.
Chicago, the
Mm-hmm.
original.
Right.
Go there and come
Because
back with
that's
so
where he
much
was from,
money.
right?
Yes. Come back with so much money. She done tranquilized all these tricks. Done took their Rolexes. Done did all kind of stuff. She said, "Oh, it's a nasty place up there." I heard them talking about how nasty it is up in there. So I didn't know if they're talking about nasty doing the do or
Right.
nasty what. But as a grown woman that I am now, oh, it was some freaking going on.
You know what? I can't even see how they said that even DJ Khaled. They said even DJ Khaled they got some shit on him too.
Yeah,
I've been hearing that. They said Rick Ross,
yeah,
Jay-Z, all of them. They're that I mean, this is just a conversation of the internet, but there's people speaking and saying that they witnessed and saw all these things. And I just find it very ironic. I have to say it again. Nobody has showed up for him. A
no,
childhood friend, right?
no.
Everybody else
But
is
yeah,
going
no,
against
it's
him.
one guy say he's a good friend of his for many years, but he wasn't in the industry or nothing like that. He was there court 1 and 2. Because
Yeah.
I asked him
He
who he
helped the
was. He
family
said,
come
I'm
in.
an old friend.
Yeah, he helped the family come in.
Yes.
Okay, he did a CNN interview, and the
Okay.
lady asked him, "What did he think about the charges, and does he think that Diddy is innocent?" He said Diddy is innocent.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Yes, it is a domestic situation and a private bedroom situation that we don't. Why are we even speaking on it? Why are we even in
Right.
it?" That's what. And then the Fed also said the judge also feels coercion. That he's saying that he sees the domestic, but he don't see nothing that's saying RICO.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
It's the judge feeling this way. If the judge is getting tired of hearing it, he could stop it.
He tired of hearing all this sex shit,
Yeah,
dildos, blood and semen, Bobby, baby oil, and all that stuff. Look at Mr. Punisher. Mr. Punisher came in. He said, "I'm not he said, I am a stripper, an exotic dancer. Yes, I came there, but I only knew Cassie. Cassie was
oh, he
called.
didn't know, did he?
He didn't know who Diddy was. He every
Right.
time The only reason why he knew who Diddy was the third or so many times after his name was on the screen of the hotel. You know how they put your name, Sean Combs.
Oh,
Put your name on it. That's the only reason why he knew who it was, because he wore a mask or something over his head every time, sitting off in the corner. Cassie was orchestrated. Cassie done picked all these rich men she wanted to sleep with. Them was her
she
type.
said he picked the men.
He said he picked them.
He picked the men. He always wanted the men with the big dicks. I have yet to hear them say that he was doing it to anybody.
I haven't heard it either.
So that's what I'm saying. I hear him being sexualized, right?
And jacking off.
But I haven't heard them say that somebody did him or he did them.
Right.
Right? That's what I'm saying. Like,
right.
I'm against all of it.
Punisher said after a while he couldn't get hard. He had an erectile dysfunction.
Who?
The Punisher.
From the sick shit that he was watching?
The watching and doing. That poor man couldn't get it up no more. So Cassie got rid of him. She said, "Oh, you done."
What? Did you see
so he called himself, he wrote a book. He called the book Freezer Meat. They like, why you call it Freezer Meat? He said, because of I couldn't perform no more for them.
For them or for himself?
For them, probably himself too. But he said he made
just the sick stuff that he's seen, huh?
Couldn't get it up.
Girl, that's what I'm saying. Y'all think that, oh, I could just do anything that I want to do. It'll stop working.
Yeah.
The Punisher Sade just gave you an example of what the Punisher said.
Yep.
It'll stop working.
Too much. You do it too much. Your mind can't connect with that. It's done. He said, yeah, he went through a thing after that.
Because they say now, did you hear that erection is mental?
Mm-hmm.
Is it?
Yeah, that's what he said. He has a problem now.
No, I'm saying, do you think that all erection is mental? Like, cause they have to sit there. They have to sit there and think, or you have to be, illusion in their mind.
Yeah.
Right? Or you have to be super sexy, and that'll get them up. Right? Yeah. You have to do something. So it is mental.
It is mental. It is. Yeah. You have to be really in the mood. You have to really be into it. It got to be something that arouses them. Some men can get hard as a flip of a hat. A lot of them can't. You ever see the dog? A dog just go around sniffing and that thing get hard.
Ooh, man. Diddy got the whole entire world. Oh, wait a minute. Before we close out, the kids is even tired of seeing Diddy, okay? The high schoolers is like, everything, we open up our app, because this is their time, us is nothing to us, right? This is they know the world. We are our teachers, our students of their game, right? As far as this internet goes, this is the Gen Z's game, right? Mm-hmm. We the X, they the Z, so we learning from them, right? And they are irritated. All of my daughter's friends, everybody, they just like, what? Oh my God, Mom, and this and that. Like, they're sick of it.
Yeah, they are.
And the sad part about it is that those baby girls, rest in peace to Kim Porter.
Oh man.
And today, or was it? No, it was today. Today was it Biggie's death day?
Oh, what is it?
Or is his birthday?
I think it's his birthday. I
don't know, but one of the two. I believe it was his birthday. So, rest in peace, though, right? And we don't know where this is gonna go.
No.
That's all I could say. Like I'm just frustrated with it.
I am
Like
frustrated. I'm frustrated with all these people that I mean they haven't had any bombshells about nothing sex trafficking. I don't
nothing,
see anything bombshell as far as sex trafficking. All
not
these
one thing.
all these people that's coming forward are sex workers. How you gonna tell a sex worker they've been sex trafficking? That's all they do is sell sex. Tell me this. He wasn't the only one getting it. They were selling to everybody else.
Right. And the attraction, Sade, none of those men were attractive.
No, at all.
Oh my God. It was like they literally went on they went on the ground
Yes, they
under
did.
the barrel. They
With some
really just
crackheads.
really are Craigslist workers. Like nobody was attractive.
Look like all them was some crackheads to me. I ain't gonna even lie. Drug addicts, crackheads, doing all kind of shit, and they didn't mind going over there and doing what they do.
And then the mama, right? The mama testifies. The mama testifies and says that Diddy extorted her for 20 racks, but then gave it back to her.
That don't make sense. That don't make sense at all.
Like that's
That
what I'm
don't
saying.
make no sense.
I'm feeling like,
I'm getting
are
pissed
you
about that.
adding up? Are you adding up that you borrowed and then then he gave it back? Or I don't know. I don't know. Like I'm really confused on this.
That was irrelevant. I don't know why they even brought that in now. That's so irrelevant.
Because she's trying to make her daughter's story stick, right?
What story can stick? All you did was have sex and you did all this stuff, and I mean, you got jumped. Yes, charge him for that, please, for abuse on you, please.
Right.
Give him a charge of mental, physical, emotional abuse towards you.
I don't know. Well, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Meet the Shoe. Make sure you catch up. Look what Sade got behind her cashmere looks. Boss Up Beauty,
Beauty.
Lena Beans Organic Plus. We will see y'all on Friday and check in with y'all of what, Sade? For show the Diddy trial, right?
Okay, and some more stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah.